Hi, Gemini. So let's do a bonus reading for you for the person you're dealing with. So this doesn't necessarily have to be a romantic situation, although for many of you it will be. But we all deal with all different kinds of people for all different kinds of reasons. So let's just see what comes out in the energy and what the cards want to tell us. So I'm going to use two separate tarot decks, one for clarification. So we have the Eight of Cups, the Knight of Swords, and the Queen of Pentacles. So the energy that's existing between the two of you right now is one that is a very nurturing type of energy. So for some of you, this could be a family member, this could be your mother. But again, as I said, for many of you, this is going to be a romantic situation. So make it make sense for you and the situation that you are in. But it does feel like there is love between the two of you, that there's a growing sense of nurturing, I want to keep saying. But it almost feels like there's a need for more growth, that there's more work that needs to be done. Because I'm seeing you as the Eight of Cups, which is really telling me that you are considering seeking something else. You're considering moving away from this, that you might have your eye on something else other than this connection, that you feel like this maybe has not been as fulfilling for you as you once thought it would be. Your person is showing up as the Knight of Swords. And so it does feel like your person really wants to communicate with you, perhaps because they sense that you are moving away from them. If they are feeling that energetic tug, that they miss the nurturing aspects of this relationship, but that maybe your focus is on something else. Your focus looks like it's elsewhere for sure with the Eight of Cups. That it looks like there's a strong need for your person to really want to communicate with you. But I'd like to clarify the Queen of Pentacles. So we're getting the Death card. So it definitely does feel as though this has come to some kind of a permanent, irreversible end, or that this relationship has gone through some kind of a major transformation where you wouldn't recognize it anymore. But to me, it looks like this Eight of Cups is really telling me, with the Queen of Pentacles and the Death card, is that what once was a nurturing relationship may have stopped being that, with the Death card coming in too. Because your Eight of Cups here is really saying to me that you maybe did a lot of overthinking when it came to this relationship. Maybe there was a lot of confusion in the relationship because the Eight of Cups follows the Seven of Cups, and that you just decided to just keep facing your North Node and you're going to go look for that. Whatever you're being called to do, it's calling you away from this relationship. So, but why is this Queen of Pentacles and Death card here? So there's that Seven of Cups. I was just saying, because you've been very confused. There's the Death card again. And there's the Knight of Cups. So there's no doubt that there is a lot of love between the two of you. It does feel like a very sweet type of energy because we do have the Queen of Pentacles and the Knight of Cups as your central line. But something is still off. It feels, you, I think, are feeling like this is just not serious enough for you, that the energies that this person brought to the relationship were maybe too small or too confusing, not a big enough commitment, something like that, because you are showing up as very confused. And when you're in a relationship that's very confusing, you probably shouldn't be in that relationship, is generally what I would think. That would be generally the advice I would give someone. Your person is showing up as the Death card, and so is the relationship. So what this tells me is that whatever happened in the relationship to make it end and to make you confused and walk away is the very same thing that has really transformed your person. So now more than ever, they want to take action towards you. They want to speak to you and they want to give you their love because they didn't make the changes you needed them to make while you were in the relationship. They made the changes after you left, is what this is giving me. So the Knight of Swords is clarified by the Three of Swords. So your person is really heartbroken, and that was probably the impetus for this major change that they've gone through. But let's see why the Knight of Swords and the Three of Swords are here. So there's the Wheel of Fortune, the Ace of Wands, and the Page of Pentacles. Your person realizes that you're gone, and they understand that they have to start over somewhere else with this Ace of Wands. They're very much under the impression that you are no longer going to consider them as an option for you. You're just gone. And so they're very much understanding that they have to go this alone and they have to build something on their own now with the Page of Cups. I'm sorry, the Page of Pentacles. But this Wheel of Fortune is still pointed towards this relationship. So because there's been so much transformation, it feels like the universe might have a trick up its sleeve, so to speak, that the universe might still have plans for this connection that maybe neither one of you is really aware of, because you're busy facing your North Node and going off in that direction. And your person is really trying to heal and transform themselves and start something on their own that they weren't expecting to have to do, but it's put them through this major transformation. But it has not stopped the fact that they really want to love you and they really want to communicate with you, but it just feels like you're gone. And so there's nothing they can do about it right now. So the Ace of Cups is clarified by the Emperor. That's you. You're standing strongly in your own power and discipline. And you had the discipline to walk away from this relationship because it was so confusing. Even though there was some level of growth, some level of nurturing, even some level of transformation, you still knew that this confusion was you couldn't tolerate it anymore. So you've moved on. You're going to find something else. You're off to find another way. And it did require a lot of discipline for you to do that, but you did, is clear. And you're feeling strong. So why is this Eight of Cups and Emperor here? So there's the Page of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, and the Three of Wands. The Eight of Cups is here because you got tired of waiting. You put everything you possibly could into this relationship. You invested everything you possibly could into it and kept anticipating this person to change while you were still there, and they never did. So with this Page of Cups on the external energy, it looks like you really just took your heart back and said, I'm taking my heart and I'm going another way because I'm so tired of anticipating that this is going to change and continuing to pour my work and investments into this relationship when nothing ever changes. So I'm taking my heart and I'm going over here. That's very clear that that's what you have done. So the Knight of Cups is being clarified by the Ten of Cups. So this is why I think the universe is up to something. Behind the two of your backs, the universe is working on something, as it often does. Because the amount of love that the potential still exists in this relationship is the most amount of love that's possible, which is the Ten of Cups. So it may be that you have a family with this person, or there may be more people affected by this breakup than just the two of you. But more importantly, because that's not going to be for everyone, more importantly, this is about the love that's shared between the two of you. But I think you're a bit exasperated right now with the fact that you kept wanting them to change when you were still there, but they never did. But now they're going through these massive changes after you left. And so it feels like that's a bit frustrating for you. So, but why is this Knight of Cups and Ten of Cups here? So there's the Nine of Pentacles the Two of Pentacles and the King of Wands. There is something very special that exists between the two of you, and it feels like it could potentially be some kind of a soul contract, some kind of a soul mate. Because whenever I see the King of Wands show up in this center line, it's because you have this magnetic force that keeps you together. It's like, you know, this person is your truth, but you can't figure it out because you're stuck in this Seven of Cups energy because they were so confusing. So to no fault of your own, you feel drawn to this person, which is probably why you stayed as long as you did. But yet another part of you is saying, no, I want to go get my own Nine Pentacles. I want my own independence from this because I'm so confused. So there's definitely this like two sides of the magnet, this push pull going on between the two of you. And I think your person with this Two of Pentacles really fumbled this, I want to say. And I think you know that. I think they know that. But they also understand that the two of you are connected in some way. That no matter what they did to fumble it, the universe is still trying to connect the two of you. And the universe hasn't given up on this person. In other words, you may have, but the universe still has hopes for this person. And I can just tell. So let's look at this Page of Pentacles. We have the Sun. So this Page of Pentacles was this idea that your person now understands that you are completely done. You're completely unavailable. So they're getting very clear on how they need to rebuild themselves. And I think that's why the universe hasn't given up on them, because instead of them just walking away from you and destroying their life and becoming self-sabotaging, which could have been an option for them because they were in so much pain, they instead are trying to clean up their life. They're trying to get clear. They're trying to get happy. They're trying to rebuild. They're trying to figure out what motivates them, what excites them, what their passions are. And because they're doing this work outside of this relationship, it looks like the universe is still, as I said, cheering on this person and seeing what their next moves are going to be. So why is the Page of Pentacles and the Sun here? So there's the Star, the Two of Wands, and the Eight of Wands. So it's here because your person is serious. Your person still wants to communicate with you, and your person still wants to love and nurture you. And your person is still very much magnetically attracted to you. So they know that the only way they're going to be able to access you is if they do the hard work. And this Eight of Wands is here telling me that they do plan on doing the hard work. They're willing to release you with this Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is following the Ace of Wands. They understand that their life could be something completely different from being with you. They understand that they're holding this ace in their hands, and they're releasing the idea that they can have you. So in other words, they're accepting the idea that they might never have you, and they're willing to let you go, but they don't want to let you go. They want to go the distance. Sorry. They want to go the distance on their own healing with the Star, and the universe sees that. The universe sees that they are so serious about healing themselves so that they can heal this relationship. And so, again, I feel like the universe is really keeping a close eye on this person and trying to see what they're going to do next. So, but why is this Three of Wands here? It's clarified by the Queen of Cups. You gave so much love to this situation. You poured your entire heart into this. You had the purest and most genuine of intentions when it came to this person. So whatever they were doing to fumble this relationship really hurt. And so you just wanted to protect yourself and your heart. You waited. You gave them 1,000 second chances. With the Three of Wands and the Queen of Cups, that's what that tells me, is you allowed this person to come back into your life over and over again, and you finally just said no. And that's the moment your person woke up. And I get why that would be frustrating for you. So, but why is the Three of Wands and the Queen of Cups here? So there's the Ace of Swords, the Six of Pentacles, and the Four of Pentacles. You decided that you needed to feel safe and secure. I think that when you were in this holding pattern, this person was holding your heart, but you didn't feel safe when that was the case. And so I think that you realize that you were done giving to the situation with the Six of Pentacles because you were giving way more than you were getting. And you understood that your truth in the matter with the Ace of Swords, the truth in this situation was to take your heart back and take it back from them. You can't hold my heart if I'm not going to feel safe. If you're going to fumble my heart, I'm not going to let you hold it anymore. So I'm over here. And you're feeling a lot more stable now that you have done that. And so the universe is protecting both of you in that sense, that you're feeling pretty good. You're the Emperor. You're the Four of the Emperor and the Four of Pentacles, which is this very stable, solid, grounded type of energy. You have the truth. You have your heart back. So you're good. You look like you're in really good shape. You're still the Queen of Cups, which means your heart space is still open, that you would be willing to give your heart to this person or another person. You haven't closed off your heart. And I really like to see that for you. But this King of Wands energy still exists between the two of you with the Knight of Swords again. So there's still this urge between both of you to come back together and at least communicate. So I'd like to see the advice here because it feels like the universe is behind this, that the universe is still tugging you and like pulling at you and like pulling on the back of your shirt and saying, well, maybe just have one more conversation with this person so you can see just how different they are now and the commitment to the healing and the commitment to you. So, but let's get some final advice to wrap this up. So there's the Five of Cups, the Nine of Swords, and the Tower. So this is the same type of energy that the two Death cards are giving. That the universe is saying, let me handle this. That right now, both of you are going through some really heavy feelings. You have the Five of Cups because your inner Queen of Cups is just feeling crushed. That this person that you trusted or whatever happened really disappointed you so much. And your person is completely stressed out. Whenever they think of this situation, it keeps them up at night. Quite literally, it does. It's got them so stressed because they know that you're gone. They know you're gone. So what the universe is saying for now, for this relationship, because it's hard to know exactly what's going to happen, because the universe doesn't even know what's going to happen, because this person has to complete their healing in order to be able to approach you in the way that they want to, in the way that you will be able to receive them and feel not confused. So with this Tower falling in the center line, the universe is saying, continue walking away. I will take care of this. I'm going to destroy the foundation that this relationship once was. But with this King of Wands and this Knight of Swords falling here above the Tower, I am convinced that the universe is going to find a way eventually to bring the two of you back together. It's just not now because your person's not ready. And in the meantime, if you decide to give your heart to someone else, feel free to do that with someone who's already gone through the healing work, someone who can give you the things that you deserve. Feel free to do that, the universe is saying. But if this person is meant for you, the universe will always find a way to bring that person back. But right now, the universe, with this Judgment card on the back of the deck, this person is going through some major tests right now. And until they pass the tests, the universe says they can't have you. They have to pass the test first. If they pass the test, they can have you. Right now, they cannot. So you keep moving forward, and I will deliver this person to you if I feel that they are worthy of you. So, wow, Gemini, that was a kind of a cool message. So please let me know how this was resonant for you, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.